Yo, what's up, Chaos TV family? What's up, Chaos TV Network? It's your Chaos Leader, Chaos Hero, here again, once again, back to the map where we chilling at, as always. And today, I would like to say I am sorry I haven't been uploading like usual. I've been busy with my work schedule as well as, everything else, and trying to get this channel up and running. Also, around the time, it's 2 months from my birthday. My apologies. And I'm going to be planning something a little bit big, but not too big. It might be going up on Instagram. So if you want to check my Instagram, go on Kenneth J. Williams on Instagram, and it'll probably be a live thing, and I'll explain to you right after this video. But today, people, and also I am going to do the March Madness model kit review on the XA Dark Matter. It's just, it's been work schedule and, trying to get some rest after building the model kit and everything. It's been kind of, a little bit tiresome. But other than that, today's deck profile we're going to be doing deck profile on the Battlin boxer set. This is going to be after Extreme Forces. So it does, as you can clearly see, it's going to be having Doodle Chimera in it. But other than that, let's get into deck profile. This deck is not that competitive. It's all pure. So like I said, if you don't know, for those of you that just got to this channel and just watched this deck profile, yo, what's up? My name's Chaos Hero. My thing is, I know what decks can do in the modern format. I know what competitive builds are. That's not saying that I don't care. But I believe in my own individuality that the way I choose to have fun when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of competitive dueling is playing the archetype pure, because you can feel the archetype and have more love for it when you play it pure, before you just start to throw and add stuff in there. But like I said, I digress. Let's get into the deck profile, please. So for the main deck, as far as monsters is concerned, we keep one copy for one of us. We keep one copy of Rabbit Punch. Basically, what Rabbit Punch allows you to do is he allows you to basically destroy a card if it's still alive. Basically, it's a great way. This card is a great way to get around cards like Glad Beast. As far as anything else, say if your opponent uses Wabaku and the monster is still alive around the end of the damage step. Basically, I think it just does have battle. Basically, if the Glad Beast is battling this card, or you're battling this card with Glad Beast, and your opponent activates Wabaku on, let's say, Gazaris or Vermilio, and the card is still alive, you can automatically destroy it right off the rip. I don't know if it counters the, bouncing back into the deck kind of a feel, but other than that, we keep one of Glad Beast. And just a moment. Sorry about that. Something got in the way. And one copy of Rib Guard and one copy of Bandage. Now, what Rib Guard basically does, Rib Guard allows you to banish Rib Guard from the graveyard, and then basically temporarily gold sarcophagus your Battlin boxing monster until the next standby phase, and bring them back to the field. That's even the XZ's monsters. Basically, Bandage is like a once per turn cannot be destroyed by battle. Once per turn, you can target one Battlin boxer monster in your graveyard or one of your banished Battlin boxer monsters that has a level. And all Battlin boxers monsters you currently control, become the level. So basically, it's a good way to get into a level 4. Let's say if summon out Battlin Boxer Rib and Battlin Boxer Rabbit, and they're 3s and 2s, and you only have one level 4 in the banished pile or the graveyard. You can target that monster and then basically level up all your Battlin Boxers, overlay and go into either your Battlin Boxer XZ's monsters and what have you. Those are the 1-ofs. For the 3-ofs, we have Battlin Boxer Counter, which is a fire attributed level 3 warrior type monster with 0 attack and 1100 defense. Basically, its effect is during the damage step, My apologies. During the damage step, during the damage step of either player's turn, when a battling boxer monster you control is attacked or being attacked, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. That monster gains 1,000 attack until the end of the damage step, basically until the end of the turn. You can only use this effect of Battling Boxer Counterpunch once per turn. So basically, it's kind of like an Honest in a way, but it's super specific with it. This would be better off be used against someone like, if Glass Joe's on the field, or, your XZ's monsters are on the field. You can just basically pitch this to the grave, pitch this out of play, and go from there and increase the monster's attack by 1,000. Especially if you have Doolittle Chimera on the field, it gives it like a 400 boost, and it just does magic and wonders. And that's why I keep 3 in the deck right here. Then we keep 3 and you already know how he works. 3 Battling Boxer Switch. For the generics, 3 Battling Boxer Glass Joe. 3 Battling Boxer Spare. 3 Battling Boxer Headgear. And 3 Battling Boxer Shadow. And last but not least, for monsters, we have 3 Battling Boxer Veil. Veil basically is your counter shield. He basically gives you life points on the amount of the damage that you get. Basically, his effect is let's take a look here. Here. Basically, it says when this card takes battle damage, you can special summon this card. It says when you take battle damage. My apologies. When I take battle damage, this card from special summon this card from my hand, and if I do, I gain the life points equal to the damage I took. So basically, it just gets you right back to the life points you basically lost. Say if your opponent attacks you for 4K, and you're like at 8K probably first turn for pushing for 4K. You special summon Veil, you gain that 4K back, you're right at 8,000 again. So it makes it a lot easier. Now, as far as trap cards is concerned, this is also an option. You can substitute your Ring of Destruction for a Solemn Warning or a Solemn Strike. It depends on how you do it. I just decided to put Solemn Warning because there's a lot of special summonings. If you do, you can take out that one Solemn Warning and add another Call of the Haunted, but right now I only add 1 into the deck because there's already enough graveyard reach in the deck. 2 copies of Bottomless Trap Hold, because there is times where your opponent's going to want to overpower these monsters and overdo them, and a good amount of effect monsters that either get rid of or negate effects are at least 25 or 23k. So you might want to have 2 copies, and it's a good thing because Bottomless is put back to 3, as well as Torrential Tribute. You can actually replace Bottomless with Torrential, or you can keep both Bottomless and Torrential. Just take out the Solemn and the Call of the Haunted. So you have 2 Torrentials and 2 Bottomless, basically, because this deck does benefit off of getting destroyed. 2 copies of Jolt Counter, which is a generic archetype trap card support for Battling Boxers. 2 of MSTs to kill back rows, even though you kind of don't have to worry about it. As far as spell cards, rank up spell cards, you have 1 copy of Numeron's Force and 1 copy of Barion's Force. Those are the best rank up magic spells I can think of, and they're really easy to get their hands on. They're not that expensive, but they are rare to get their hands on, though. 1 copy of Reinforcements of the Army, and 1 copy of Warrior Returns Alive. And last but not least, for the main deck of spells, 3 copies of Battling Boxer Spirit. It's basically Call of the Haunted for Battling Boxers. Basically, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, target 1 Battling Boxer monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in face-up attack position. You can only activate the effect of Battling Boxer Spirit once per turn. So yeah, it's basically a spell card version of Call of the Haunted for Battling Boxers, but you have to kind of pitch your entire deck into the half of your deck into the graveyard. A good majority of it, not a complete majority of it. But that's it for the main deck. Let's get on to the extra deck. Now, this is where I think Battlin Boxers really start to kind of shine when it comes to the extra deck. Now, I know you can add some other stuff like, a couple of rank 3s and a couple of other rank 3s and generic rank 4s that go into this deck, like the heroic champions and stuff. But like I said, we're trying to keep this pure. You can run heroic champion Excalibur as well as the other heroic champions. I think I forgot the one with the arrow. It's Calvis or something like that. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I played with heroic champions because the only deck I actually play heroic champions in is my Satellars, and even then I rarely played them. But as far as the extra deck is concerned, you can run 2 to 3 Doolittle Chimera, but I prefer to run 2. Doolittle Chimera basically buffs all fire attributed monsters by 400, which is a good thing because Battlin Boxers are generic fire warrior attributed type archetype, which is really awesome, and that's what makes this card really cool. So in a way, you can say Battlin Boxers did get some generic link support, and they did kind of. You can target one fire monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So it's also a good way to get Battlin Boxers back into your hand outside of, Battlin Boxer Spirit. So if you use Battlin Boxer Spirit, you accidentally throw a Battlin Boxer you don't want in the graveyard into there, but you have to special summon that other Battlin Boxer, so you have 2 options. You don't have to make that harsh decision on just choosing one Battlin Boxer. You can get the other one from your hand. Like say if Veil's in the grave due to Battlin Boxer Spirit, and the other card is in the grave as well, so I can get one Battlin Boxer, special summon it, then activate Doolittle Chimera's effect, grab Battlin Boxer Veil, and put it into the hand. That way I can actually secure myself a safety net if something goes south. That's the reason why I said 2 or 3 of Doolittle Chimera. Must-haves. You need to get must-haves. As far as generic rank 3s, 3 of Battlin Boxer, 2 of Battlin Boxer Promoter, aka Don King, only in America. My bad. He's a really good card. He's basically Battlin Boxer protection from back rows and effect monsters. If you can get him out, you most likely will have to put him in defense position. His defense will go no higher than 1600, but if you can find a way to protect him, he's a really good card. I would say if you want to, you could substitute some cards for Mirror Force or Wabaku as far as trap cards are concerned. That's a good idea to throw in there if you want to, mix it up a little bit. One of my best and favorite Battlin Boxers when they first dropped in the Zexal era, my boy Battlin Boxer Lead Yoke. This guy can stack himself. And with Doolittle Chimera boosting him at 400, it just makes him just straight up unstoppable. He's just nothing but a huge powerhouse. If you let your opponent get this off with him and Doolittle Chimera on the field, there's no excuse for you. There is literally no excuse for you. You're just going to have to take that L, bro. You're just going to have to take that L. Then 2 copies of Battlin Boxer Nova Caesar. Nova Caesar is the same thing as Battlin Boxer Lead Yoke, but he has to add Xyz materials. Unfortunately, this is the only Battlin Boxer that doesn't detach Xyz materials. The only time he has to detach Xyz materials is if you have Shadow in the hand. And he's a great way to get Shadow in the hand because that way you can... Basically, he can take Battlin Boxer from the graveyard on the field and put them into him as an Xyz material. And he basically acts like Cyber Dragon Infinity when it comes to that, as regards as getting buffed for every Xyz material that he has. And he gets buffed by 100, I believe. Yep, he gets buffed by 100. He gets buffed by 100 attack. So it takes 2 Xyz materials to summon him. You add 1 from the graveyard. So he's already at 300. And he's already at 23k. So he's 26. Couple that with Doolittle Chimera's buff effect. So it's 26. He's already at 3,000. Now, keep doing that every turn, every beginning of the battle phase. You're getting up to at least 4k within, 3 or 4 turns? So add him. Then, for the last bit of regular Xyz monsters, we have number 105 Battlin Boxer Star Castel. And last but not least, for the rank up magic spells in the deck, you have one number Chaos number 105 Battlin Boxer Comet Castel. Comet Castos basically says, yeah, I cannot be destroyed by card effects or spells or trap cards. I can only be destroyed by battle, and even then I can't. And then the damage that I would take, it basically takes the Stilo as Melodious Diva, Bloom Diva, because it only activates in the battle phase. So if I punch you, your monster is stronger than me, or lesser than me, I can still kill it. And the thing is, if your monster is like hella stronger than me, I can actually take the damage that I would take as residual and throw it right back to you. So it's like, yeah, okay, I'm a punchy monster. Okay, I use Dragon's Tyrant Wings. I buff my Blue Eyes White Dragon to like 700. She's at 37, so you're not getting over. Okay, I'm still punching. Okay, your monster's destroyed, but you still take damage. Okay, Castos is not destroyed. It cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any damage that I would have taken, you take. So it's like kind of Bloom Diva kind of ish. A little bit, but this is the deck profile for it, and you know the main deck and the extra deck do work together and work as synergy. The deck itself values up to, if you're trying to build Battlin Boxers, it's really cheap. It's just hard to get to the cards that you need. On average, if we're talking cheap, because most of the stuff I got from I already had, and the other stuff I got from my friends. So I basically this deck was for free when I got it, basically, and when I built it. But I actually did some price gouging online, and I went on TCG Player as well as, Trading Card Mint. The deck itself values up to, I would say, $30 to $35. So you're going to be dropping a good amount of money on it, but it's not going to be a complete pretty penny. Other than that, this deck is pretty good. It's really solid. It's really fun. I won't guarantee you'll win every shops. You'll probably play locals, shop tournaments. You'll probably have fun. But this is a deck that as the build that I'm showing you, is not a build that you should say, hey, I want to run this competitively. I want to run this seriously. Because at the same time, this deck is really one-sided. It can really be disrupted. And with the modern format now, it's kind of hard to actually get around most stuff with Battlin Boxers. But if you get that momentum and your opponent can't, and the opponent's actually naive to let you set up like that, then you're basically controlling the field. You have the field on lockdown, and you basically are the king of the battle phase. Outside of the battle phase, you really don't have that much protection. That's why I suggest you put, Dark Bribe or Solemn Warning in to kill some back row. You got MST to kill some special summons. I suggest Bottomless or Torrential Tribute. Those are both at 3, y'all. Just want to let y'all know, modern day ban list just came updated a couple months ago. So that's a big reminder to all of y'all that want to run Battlin Boxers in this new format. But other than that, I want to thank you all for coming. This has been my deck profile on the Battlin Boxers deck profile. Unfortunately, I will not be running this deck. This deck was given to a friend of mine, AT Antonio Real Roman. Hopefully, you'll be able to see him because me and him are going to try to push the TCG Versus system. Hopefully we get some recording in on that, but he's going to be running this deck if he does top-down throwdowns as regarding to Yu-Gi-Oh! This is going to be the only deck he's going to be running because that's the only deck I could figure out for him that would be more simplistic and get him into the modern format. Because let's face it, any other deck to explain to someone that hasn't been in Yu-Gi-Oh! For about like 15 years is kind of difficult. But like I said, you probably will see me use this deck probably once or twice in top-down throwdown episodes, but majority of the time you're going to be seeing him using it. But like I said, this is your boy Chaos Hero, and I'm jumping out to Chaos to show you what's good. I will be doing the figurine model kit review on the Bandai Tamashii Nation Gundam Wing X-Aid. I will be doing a deck profile on my Six Samurai deck and my Agents of Fairies, my Counter Fairies build as well. Dragoonides I am almost done with, so I will be doing a deck profile on them. Fire Fist is another project I'm working on, as well as Gokis, because Flames of Destruction is coming out basically next month. So I should be getting the box set or probably just ordering the cards themselves. But other than that, it's your boy Chaos Hero. I thank you all. Please leave a like, a comment down below. Smash and destroy that like button if you support what we do. If you like how we have fun, you like what we do here, you like what we're about, by all means, go ahead. But if this is not the YouTube channel for you, there are plenty of other content creators and YouTubers on the World Wide Web that you can look at. Peace and love.